Good evening and welcome to Androids and Aliens. I'm going to start tonight's episode with a very personal question. The type of question my fellow players may not want to answer, but it's the type of question that when we know the answer, it will tell a lot about the person. What is your favorite band or solo artist? I'm going to start with Matthew Capitacasa.
Ooh, I can answer for him.
Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen.
And the E Street Band.
And the E Street Band.
Can't go wrong with that answer. Can't go wrong. I mean, I don't have a single answer to that. I mean, like, I was just trying to think, like, who I've seen most in concert.
I'll rephrase. Who are a few bands or solo artists in your top 5?
Definitely Bruce. I saw Spoon a lot back in the mid-aughts.
Spoon's great. Spoon's awesome.
Yeah. I feel like I ended up seeing Spoon more than anybody but Bruce. The Mountain Goats are really up there for me.
Oh my God, he's doing the indie thing. He's doing.
Yeah, I know. He's like
I chose Bruce Springsteen was the first person I chose. Yeah, new indie
but now you're
artist,
balancing
guys.
it out with the Mountain Goats.
Don't know if you've heard of this new indie
viola
artist, Bruce
trio I really
Springsteen.
care for.
Look, the Mountain Goats have a couple really great songs, but like
Mountain Goats
on.
have thousands of great songs.
All right,
Thousands?
Bruce Springsteen for Matthew.
Also,
Grant.
Joni Mitchell.
Oh, yeah.
Grant, do you like Hank Williams Sr. or Jr.?
It's probably right now Beach House.
I knew
But
it'd
the
be something
Walkman, Built to Spill, hip hop wise, Drake. You never go wrong with Drake. Let's be honest, top 40. It's always great. Passion with the ways you say. Yeah. Well, mostly indie, kind of like Matthew.
Indie with a splash of Drake.
Splash Drake. So Bacardi with lime.
Sydney, I'm going to put you on the spot because we've probably never heard of your bands.
Yeah, I don't know if you would know them. I really like Land of Talk. They're out of Canada. Female fronted, Elizabeth Powell. She's an amazing guitarist and singer. Page of the Lion. Maybe you guys know that one.
Yep.
David Bazan broke off, did his own stuff now. Great singer. And Caroline Polachek, which is more pop-based, but she used to be in Chairlift, which had a very popular song in an
Chairlift.
Apple commercial. Yeah, you guys would know the song if it played, but Caroline Polachek put out a super fantastic album in 2019.
You know, I
And Troy
feel like...
looks just unaffected.
Well, you know what it is like there's a listener base we really need to attract, and I think you're the key.
Got it.
Because
Key
I don't
in the
understand
slot.
anything you just said.
people who know who those bands are. That's what we need to attract.
Yeah,
I picked up on the words singer and guitarist.
I
got
did hear
those
that as
things.
well. Yes, and I heard a woman's name once or twice, but that was it.
But I will say, I mean,
I
I
heard Canada's too.
love like classic bands too. There's a time and a place. I like Bruce Springsteen. I like The Clash. I like The Police, Sex Pistols. Like that. You know, I'll listen to bands. Bands, but I have varied tastes.
Who's your favorite?
Don't have one. Too many genres.
Okay, that's cool. You can't pick. They're like your children, right?
Well, they're so different. It's like what you said, Grant. Like, yeah, you listen to Drake, but you also listen to all these other people. Like, I'm not going to pick Drake over like an indie artist because they're just so vastly different.
I listen to Beach House when I want to cry and think about the past, but I listen to Drake when I want to get ready for the after party, baby.
Grant, can you dial in David Winters for me, please?
Oh, absolutely.
David, is David here? David.
Patching him in.
There he
David?
is.
You're serious.
David's here this week.
David, I don't know what's going to happen here. It could be super mainstream, or it could be Johnny Cheeks and the Butt Five. I don't know what is going to come out of your mouth. Favorite band or solo artist?
Well, no, the issue I have is my friendly local podcast networks just put out too much content these days. And so I don't have time for music. I don't even know what music is. So, you know, thinking back to like my junior high and high school years, it'd be things like Weezer and such. But these days...
Weezer. Yeah.
I rode the Peloton to Weezer today.
Oh,
there you go.
Humble brag.
I got to listen to Weezer.
Man.
While burning
That's the
40
best.
calories in an hour. Joey Jojo, I think I know the answer.
You do?
Yeah, do you want me to say it?
Sure.
See if I'm right? Paul Simon.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he is great.
Paul Simon is the greatest living singer-songwriter. But
I agree.
yeah, there is a lot of great shit. I mean, I listen to all this stuff that, no, not all. I don't listen to Drake, but I listen to a lot of the stuff you guys mentioned. Love indie stuff, but I love classic rock wise. I like Paul Simon. I like the Beatles, obviously. I like Pink Floyd. Like these bands are huge for a reason. Like I think that they're really, really good. And but then the last few years, I'd probably say the band I've listened to the most is War on Drugs.
So I haven't been in your car when you haven't been listening to the War on Drugs.
Yeah, it's just such easy listening, jamming rock music that like just doesn't bother anybody. So it's a good one when like strangers like Matthew get in your car. You're like, how's he gonna get all pissed off if I play Drake again? And so I'll just put on a nice, easy.
I like
War
Drake.
on
Why
Drugs.
would I be pissed off if you play Drake? Who doesn't like Drake?
I like Drake. I love the Drake.
Name one Drake song, Joe.
I hate the Drake.
Right now. Name one Drake song, Joe. Do it.
I can't. I don't know.
Do
any.
they have titles, those songs?
I'm sure that if you played a few for me, I'd be like, oh yeah, okay, that's Drake. And then I think indie wise, over the last 10 years or 20 years or so, I'd go the Flaming Lips. Love the Flaming Lips.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, good one.
They're great.
Did I ever tell you my Flaming Lip story?
No.
You have a Flaming Lip story?
I have
I
one
do.
too, and I can't tell it.
I can't tell mine either.
We all have a flaming lip story.
That tour bus.
But speaking of Skid, what was yours? I think I might know.
What would your guess be?
My guess would be it's a band,
Okay.
not a solo artist,
Yeah.
and is it Led Zeppelin?
Zeppelin's up there for sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
not the favorite. All right.
Yeah. Be
What is it?
Zeppelin, Metallica, Public Enemy, Metallica,
Oh,
Beastie Boys, Brand Nubian, and Pixies.
yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Pixies.
Pixies.
It's good to see that. I like this guy. You're the only one that answered
UMass.
correctly. Ellie,
What's up?
what artists or artiste is your favorite? Singer, songwriter, or band? American or other?
You want the correct answer because I got it.
Yeah.
Pearl Jam.
I heard that Pearl Jam 10 just topped the charts in Uppsala.
Oh yeah, it just came out there. Have you heard about Eddie Vedder? He was my first crush. I like celebrity crush. But I also Fleetwood Mac is also up there.
Oh, I missed
answers.
Fleetwood Mac. They're
Good
definitely one of my
answers.
all-time favorites.
Too late.
Yeah.
Ellie took it.
Probably higher on the list than Pink Floyd, lower than Paul
But
Simon,
also,
right in that area.
Also, even though Sweden has a huge musical export, it's usually pop music and stuff like that. But I do think like anyone choosing anything that's not American here is like just ignorant. I mean, I think America's figured out the entertainment industry and music industry. Like you have the best bands.
I mean, the Brits when it comes to music.
Yeah, sure. But America is a little better. Like,
Ooh, and
Literally all of our top 40 music is produced by Max Martin.
Yeah, it's all Swedish.
It's all
All of it is
Swedish.
now.
well, but he, I don't know. He's like me. He's a half American, half Swede. So you'll watch me, and one day I'll become 40 top
A music producer?
If I
Watch
start
this
today.
space.
classic stepping stone to becoming a massively successful music producer.
I have.
Being on a sci-fi actual play podcast. Next stop, the moon.
The moon. Good answers, though. Good answers.
Let me jump in with. I feel like I have to, as a huge fan of electronic music, and to shout out France among all the countries that we're mentioning, and then R.I.P. back in Feb, Daft Punk. I fucking loved Daft Punk,
Oh,
and the old. It's over. It was very
it's
sad.
over.
What's going on with my hair?
yeah.
It's very sad. Now, obviously everybody knows Troy's.
It's country.
You don't
And
know
let's
me.
all say it on the count of 3.
I wasn't even listening to you. I literally took my hat off to itch my head, and I was like, "What was going on with my hair?" While we're
We all heard.
sorry.
So
There's
you
a lot
gave
going
mine.
on here. What is happening? Anyways, you don't know me. You don't know my favorite. Might know my favorite, but you're gonna assume country, right?
Yep.
No, I don't.
That's all I listen to now, but that's not my
I'd say
favorite.
Phil Collins.
No,
Let's say
your
Phil Collins.
favorite.
rock.
You answered mine. I will answer yours. Your favorite is Hall & Oates
And Counting Crows.
Not
and
correct.
Counting Crows.
Yeah.
If I have to pick one singular favorite,
Dewey Brothers?
Sting. Sting is
Oh,
my favorite
very good.
single artist of all time.
And you met him that one time, or he was there. He was just happy. He was the third guy.
No,
Is that a Getty thing? What, you don't remember that?
no.
Sting.
No, I didn't meet Sting. I've seen Sting in concert like 7 or 8 times, and there was one night I went 2 days in a row when I was in college to see him at the Orpheum Theater, and I always knew when he would like end the show, and so I timed it perfectly, and just ran up to the front of the stage as he was doing his third encore, because at that point they're not like, sit down, sir, sit down, because they know it's the end of the night, and he said, how fragile they are, and finished, and then I just like reached my hand out to Sting, and he like came right down and grabbed the hand right next to mine and then moved on. I was like, Sting. It was just like,
Oh my God!
grab the hand.
You had a Joe O'Brien moment.
Totally
what it feels
natural
like.
one.
Oh, natural too.
Yeah, Sting's always been my favorite. I saw when when the Police reunited. I saw that tour at Madison Square Garden. But it's all that type of. Even though all I listen to now is country, the Sting, Who, the Doobie Brothers, obviously Hall & Oates, the Counting Crows is a big favorite of mine.
Sting's
But,
Well,
It's
in
not
your
my
defense,
favorite, but Fortress Around Your Heart might be my favorite song.
It's a great song.
if I built a fortress. It's a great
in your
I'm
album.
surprised you didn't
he
bring up the
is-
Talking Heads, because I feel like you listen to the Talking Heads a lot, don't you?
Who?
Skid.
Me?
Skid.
Oh,
I do sometimes.
Grant?
I rep them because they started in Long Island City, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say Sting has some of the most interesting like pop compositions ever. Like if you like, I don't know enough, but when I like read about like how he composed the songs and the chord structures and stuff, like it's always fascinating. I can watch a video like deconstructing all of his songs. He's eclectic. It's a good choice. It's a good choice.
He's a
You
cool
can get deep
dude
into
too.
it.
Like he's like, he might be a little too much for some people. And people are like, tantric sex Sting is a weird guy. But he's just kind of this guy that he found success and has always stayed successful, even though he's not like in the mainstream. You think of Sting, one name, Sting is just. He's reached like
he's
top
good at it.
deity status.
But
How do
he
you feel
did
about
have a
Sting with the
terrible
lute?
musical, right?
Well, it was. I don't think it was ever meant to be a big musical, but I bought the
I'm
soundtrack.
sure he set
to
out to fail when he started this project.
but
I'm
it's
sure he
about
made
like
a Broadway musical not to make it successful.
yeah, it wasn't.
Sting doesn't make mistakes.
What is it called?
He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, he wasn't out for just fame. He just wanted to see if he could do it.
I'm sure he didn't go into the show in a desperate attempt to save it just because, like, why not?
No, he just wanted to show you how it was done. No, it wasn't great. Bridge of something, but there was one good song on there.
The last ship.
The last
Last Ship.
Bridge of the Last
Bridge
Ship.
of something,
Bridge of Spies. The
Sting
Last
is my
Ship.
favorite artist. That's why I know.
I love Sting. I love him so
How do you
much.
feel about the Lute years or year?
I have no problem with the Lute years.
I enjoyed the Lute years.
I love the Lute years. Anywho, Ellie, you familiar with Sting and the Police?
Of course. He's also from England. So I actually take back everything I said about America always being the best. I love Sting. Or I wouldn't say I love Sting because, but I think he's good. It's a good choice. It's an okay choice. I allow it.
Wow, that really just dropped it down really fast.
It's a good looking
believe
dude
in
too. Like a
choice.
guy, he's he's in his 60s now. He looks good, takes good care of himself.
Just
He
a
could be
great actor.
Just a phenomenal actor. Quadrophenia, Dune, guy does it all.
Did you listen to his latest 2019 where he re-recorded? He's done 2 albums where he's re-recorded his old material. Have you listened to those? Did you like
Yeah,
them?
he's doing some weird stuff now with Shaggy. I don't listen to that. I listen to the old stuff. Anyways, I think we learned a lot about each other and about our tastes, because there are some people now, they're like, I'm totally a David guy now. And other people are like, no, I'm a Joe. And no one is a Sydney, unfortunately. That is not our audience. But
I'm doing my best to pull in the youth for you, Troy. I'm like really trying. The demographic, I'm really trying to spread it out.
We need the
not
youth.
No one that we could hold a conversation with.
Right.
Probably the youth, they don't have time or money. And that's all we want. That's all we want.
Tell me about it.
We should probably play some Starfinder, but I really like just hanging out. We were saying like, we would be so nice if we could like go to a party, like have a party. Like we'll go to, like if this was Saturday Night Live and then we went to a party and then after a party at 8 a.m, we come out and we're just vomiting on the street. What a great night. And we don't get to do that. We don't get to do any of that anymore. We just sit here and then we're like,
Matthew,
good night, everyone.
Is that your idea of a great night?
That is my idea of hell on earth.
What is your idea of a great night? Like,
I'm having a great night right now, hanging out with all of you.
Oh boy!
But you know what makes it
Is
extra
that a
great?
Bruce Springsteen song?
Should be. No, I was gonna say what makes it extra great is I can do all that and not have to leave my house.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh, Matthew.
bullshit.
I don't know. You don't miss sleeping on the streets?
Oh, I remember doing it with you guys. Last time it was like
Vomiting on the
New
street?
York- I think I did because
You
I
did?
had too much. New York. I think we were in Brooklyn, and
When you came to the Glass Cannon Live.
yeah, I was really drunk.
Do you remember that?
You were what we
And
call
then-
in the business overserved.
Well, Troy, you were the one who kept buying me drinks, and then
No, that's not true. I would never do
Yeah,
that.
and I remember coming to the next recording in like Christian gear because I was so ashamed of the things I said.
It's just wearing a habit. You say 2 rosaries before we start this recording.
I was wearing like I made braids and everything. But Grant drove me home that night, and we almost got murdered by 2 black cars. Remember, like they were driving like
Oh,
FBI.
what difference does it make what color the cars were, Ellie? Come on. This is a family show.
That's true.
Jesus.
True.
All right. Just get Sydney. Jesus.
Jeez, I thought this was a podcast about tabletop RPG. We're talking about music.
Trying to cover for Ellie's racist views against cars.
Oh God.
Guys, we're going to have some fun tonight. This is Androids and Aliens. It's a show about a Starfinder adventure path called Dead Suns. There are no other podcasts of this show.
Can I? Is that the catchy subtitle? Androids and Aliens. There are no other podcasts of this show. That's our selling point. Oh, God, it's gotten bad.
And it's so far from the truth. There's got to be like 50 podcasts of Dead Suns that have like lapped us. They've completed this story twice with 2 different casts. But you know, we're having a good time. Our story's a little bit different. And last week it took a turn. You obviously came in and mashed. Now, you took some hits. Linnea especially took some damage. Qualo took some. Dax took a little bit as well. The rest of you were able to hang back and lay out some damage, gather some intel. But Dax really got up in the business of this ysoki mechanic, and she was a little weird. She was looking at you. I think you used the word detached, and that's perfect. Like the way she was speaking to you throughout the combat, she never physically attacked you, but she obviously directed her drone to do so. Maybe she has some control over these modified maintenance bots, but she's just like, who are you? Where are you from? Do you think I care about you destroying my drone? Do you think I care about anything? You look like someone that cares, that like just weird.
Man, how did she know?
How does she know? Look in your face, maybe. Maybe someone who doesn't love can just see what empathy looks like in someone else. Someone who's so devoid of that emotion is like more like in awe of like, I wonder what it must be like to care. Kreska lays down some vicious spells, mind thrust, and then the choke were all she could do after her drone was down in one of the bots. Raise her hands up in surrender. Still, creepy look in her eyes. Now that was her turn on the initiative. The drone's done. Not going to worry about the bots. So we'll go to the top of the next round, and it is Linnea's turn. Linnea, from where you're standing, I'm going to say you're hyper aware of your surroundings. You see this. Now the bots in front of you still look aggressive, but you see just beyond that bot in front of you, the ysoki has raised her hands in surrender. What do you do?
I want to finish off the bots, actually.
It's probably smart.
Because I mean, like, who would realistically be like, oh, cool, this person is giving up while I'm being attacked by these assholes?
Unless you can control them.
Yeah, I'm thinking that, but like, what if she backstabs us? I think better to get rid of them, but unless she stops them. So okay. I'm gonna do a full attack against at least the one in the middle. I'm leaving Cleveland, and I'm going for onesies.
If you're able to take both of these bots out, then all that will be left in the room is the ysoki. If she's playing possum or something, it's smart. It's a smart move. All right, go ahead, roll to attack.
Yeah. First roll. That's going to be 25 against Cat.
That is a hit against the one directly in front of you.
27 points of damage.
Ooh. And you destroy that bot.
Nice.
Oh, awesome. Beautiful. And then I'll go for the second one then. Perfect.
Okay, so here comes the cleave.
Ooh, 18. No.
Against...
Not cleave. Sorry. But like it doesn't matter, I guess. But 18 on the die, so 33.
Oh, okay. It wasn't a cleave. You're doing two full attack, rather.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a hit. Roll damage. This one was flat-footed from Friss as well, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, it was 29 because I forgot the minus. But 29 to hit.
It's a hit!
Okay,
we don't.
Roll me
24 points. 24 points of damage.
24 points of damage, and you destroy the third bot.
Wow. I mean, Linnea just cleaning up.
I can see it in front of me of her being like giving up, and Linnea sees that, but she's still just like, all right, cool.
Right, ribbon.
Yeah,
time up in a bow. How fitting then that it comes back around to Dax. I hope, because I lost my initiative tracker between this week and last.
I think that's right. I believe he rolled.
Yeah, I feel confident. After that, it's a
just
joke,
behind Linnea.
I feel like it's Dax's turn.
He's just going to look at the. So wait, did she ever have a gun in her hand?
She has a gun on her person. She never drew it.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, he knew there was something weird there. All right, so as soon as she puts her hands up, he's not going to attack, at least for the moment. So he'll lower his blade, and he'll just say, "Your philosophy is strange, but not uncommon, particularly in this place. Though I find it flawed. It is simple to reason that all things taken to their logical end turn to dust, as you say, and that love is no different than any of these. But love, during the time it does exist, is arguably one of the most powerful forces in the universe. It has the power to bring life and topple empires. You may choose to ignore this power. I will not." And he's just going to stand there for a second and see if she responds.
She's being force choked.
He'll relieve that choking by cutting her head off.
Roll the hit.
He'll turn to Kreska and be like, Captain, I believe you can release her now. She is under control, and he's just holding the blade.
Lord Vader, enough.
Yes, Lord Vader, release him.
Kreska will release her psychokinetic hold on her throat.
All right, we'll pull out of combat then.
As you wish.
We will exit combat then for now. And she regains her composure. What is your name? Looking at Dax.
I am distribution android X-19.
Android. There are a lot of you. My name is Zix. They call my brother and I degenerators, 'cause we fix things. Well, we fix them long enough that they can be used to break more things. And then she just smiles and kind of gets lost in thought, remembering things that she's destroyed. And she's gone.
Who calls you this? Who calls you degenerators?
The cultists. Null. They started calling us that when they found us. We were just orphans from Akitan. Didn't really know our place in the world. But we found purpose with the desperate hunger. And we found purpose here.
Where is your brother?
Zaz. Zaz is with Null. They took a shuttle off of this planet to look for some kind of replacement part for one of the computers here. The glowing man told them they should be able to find one inside of one of the other moon's core facility or something. If they bring it back here, we can fix the computer. She turns back to look at the monitors. And then we can get that weapon that Null 9's been talking about forever.
How long have you known Null 9?
I've lost time since I met her and found my true purpose. She taught me everything I know. Well, my brother taught me everything I know, but she seemed to bring true strength out of me. If you run into my brother, he probably won't be as interested in talking as I am. He's always been a bit stubborn.
Why are you interested in talking?
I don't know. I've spent so much time. She itches at one of the open sores on her face. Kind of has like the look of a meth addict. I've always wondered what it would be like to talk to more human-like beings. I spend so much time around robots and machines. I never get to connect. Even my brother. We're close, but we're not that close. He can be mean. If you guys find him, you might have to kill him.
Would that... He's looking around. Make you sad?
I don't know. I'll have to tell you if it happens.
Would it have made you sad before you met Null 9? When you and your brother struggled to find purpose together? Were you more connected then?
She gets lost in like 1,000-yard stare. It's so hard to remember that time. Akiton, our life was not good. All we had was each other. We were torn away from our family. But we always lacked purpose. Now we have it. But we're not close anymore.
I'm afraid your purpose, in and of itself, has driven you apart. Our purpose, and he looks at everyone else, has brought us together. It has allowed us to connect. As you said, you are missing a certain connection with life forms beyond the mechanical. I also spent many years with no purpose. It is others that give you purpose, and this weapon you seek to, that Null 9 seeks to unlock. Do you understand that it will remove all life forms, and there will be no connection?
That's what she says. That's what we hope. For only pure destruction can bring about true purpose.
Pure destruction is not a purpose. Pure destruction happens anyway. It happens in the absence of purpose.
Perhaps.
Do you not understand the paradox of your own logic?
But if there is no more there anymore, then there is no more purpose. And we're all free. Because if everything is obliterated, none of us will be tied down by worries or fears or desires. It will all be gone.
You see your purpose as a chain, as a cell. Yet, it is something you sought. I also sought purpose, but my purpose broke chains, shattered cells. I feel as if you have been duped. You have been brainwashed. The word purpose does not mean what you think it means, what they told you it means.
So are you going to eliminate me? I'm no threat. I'd love to fix my drone. I have no ship. The jungle is alive. I'm not much of a threat. So is your plan to just destroy me?
Your tone suggests you are asking for your life. This is antithetical to the beliefs of your cult. Do you understand that?
I don't see it that way. I see this as an opportunity. Maybe an opportunity to reevaluate the situation. Maybe you could take me off of here and leave me somewhere else. And if a new path is forged, then that was what was meant to be.
Your very words are heresy. I'm surprised you don't understand. You don't truly believe what the cult believes. They do not seek another way. They do not seek alternate options. They do not look at a grander picture. They simply seek self-destruction. Pure and simple.
What does your family think? And he points to all the other crew members.
While this is happening, first, this is another ysoki from Frisk's neighborhood.
Yeah.
So he's watching this, and he has some empathy, but I think he's more impatient because from what he sees as weakness, he was able to drag himself out of the same circumstance and not plot to destroy the universe. Like he made something of his life, and he sees something he didn't. But while they're having this conversation, Frisk kind of gets the captain's attention. He said, "We should kill her or restrain her. Get her back to the ship. Maybe I can sedate her. May be able to get some information out of her, but we should be moving on regardless."
Agreed. We're at a clock. But she could provide valuable intelligence as to the state of operations in this sect, the cult. Dax,
I believe you.
Aye, Captain.
restrain the ysoki. She is now our prisoner. We're going back to the ship.
I'm handy with a wrench.
He'll sheathe the blade. That answers your question. No, you will not be destroyed today. But you will not be allowed to fix your drone. Put your hands behind your back.
What is your plan?
I believe you are, he looks at the captain, on a need-to-know basis. And you don't need to know.
Okay. She turns around, puts out her tiny little paws towards you, but all the while is just looking past you.
Mm-hmm.
Callum comes out of invisibility right next to her because he was there the whole time.
Yeah.
Sorry. And he reaches over and takes her gun and takes her wrench. And just doesn't say anything but looks at her and is very freaked out by her and then backs away, staring.
Dax will say, "Come peacefully, and you will not be harmed." And he'll just put shackles on her, the ysoki-sized shackles that he has on his character sheet, and he'll walk her out to wherever the captain says. And he'll pick up his gun on the way out the door that he dropped.
Can we do a quick search of the room just to make sure we're not missing anything?
Yeah.
Is there anything of value in this room? I know. You value nothing. If you could imagine something we might value,
Define
is there anything
value.
like that in here?
What's going on in this
Money.
closet in the corner?
Yeah, go ahead and do a perception check.
26.
Okay, yeah, you do find a couple of batteries in the closet. They are known as high-capacity Kishali batteries. These are pretty cool, right, David?
Yep. These are those ones we went over, I think, 2 episodes ago, where they basically self-recharge.
Right.
Very cool.
By a strange quirk of fate and parallel engineering, Kishali batteries can be interchanged with the standard batteries used among the pack worlds. They allow a creature to use Kishali artifacts with greater efficiency. Yeah. Yep, they act just like a normal battery in non-Kishali items, but they rapidly recharge. So you find 2 of those.
I'll take one unless somebody else has a gun that uses 2 shots per shot. Does anybody have one of those?
I
these
also
days?
do. I'll take one.
I don't have one, is what I'm saying. So I'll give it up for somebody who takes 2 bullets per shot if they want it. Right now, my gun is 1 bullet per shot, but
Mine is
All right, I'll take
4.
yours is 4 bullets per shot. Well, you don't use your gun.
No, exactly.
You do like your artillery laser, though, from time to time.
My artillery razor.
Oh.
Ooh.
There is one other room that Koala would like to check on our way out. There is a door by where we fought the dog murdering cultists. That is worth just checking into because I feel like Ostith is a little vulnerable, and though we may have cleared out almost everything, it's worth leaving no stone unturned considering how crucial that AI is to our efforts.
Also, do we think Frisk might be able to set up some sort of communications link between us and Ostif? That way, in case we need to, if she comes under attack, she can alert us on the ship.
Yeah, Frisk tries to look at that. Osteth is like,
there seems to be a communication breakdown between our control station and what is happening on that gate. No doubt the desperate hunger has people that have jammed the communications. But if you have eliminated the enemies here, I should be safe, and I will wait. Hopefully you will return before she does.
Captain, if I may. May I?
May you what?
Talk to you. For a second there, I was like, no one was reacting. I'm like, oh no, I'm muted.
My internet dropped.
Yes, Linnea.
I don't believe that ysoki. I believe she's just stalling for time. I think we should leave her here. But I also don't want to be cruel, unnecessarily cruel, so a swift death might be better than putting her in captivity.
The doctor believes he can keep her sedated, and she might have valuable intelligence as to the state of their operations. And if her brother is not too far gone into the ways of the Devourer, she might be a useful bargaining chip if it comes to that.
Then I would like to scan her for any sort of tracking device.
Of course.
Can I do a thorough search of the ysoki?
sure. So you come over to the ysoki, and as you're picking and prodding around her, she's just watching you. Her eyes never really leave yours, but again, there's still this feeling of detachment.
Ugh.
What's your name?
My name is Linnea.
Linnea. I've never heard that name before. What do you do in this family?
I'm the muscle. And she gets very nervous because she has never met anyone this terrifying in her entire life.
The muscle.
Is there
What
anything?
does that mean?
It means that I go in and I follow my training and I eliminate enemies. And she's trying to find her courage again. And if anyone should ever hurt my friends, I will make sure they are properly avenged.
Why do you limit yourself to just enemies? If you have a taste for elimination, why not just eliminate everything that stands in your way?
Linnea is looking at her, and it's actually being drawn to what she's saying. She doesn't have a good answer.
What?
And then she looks away and did she find anything on her body?
Yeah, so she's wearing some nice armor. I don't know if you want to strip it off of her, but she has an advanced semi-auto pistol with 24 small arm rounds, a tactical knife, a custom rig, a hacking kit. and also a cred stick with 2,500 credits on it.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. 25.
Carry a lot of cash for a nihilist.
Yeah.
Can we split up those credits right now? I'll do it and let you guys know.
Thanks, Joe.
Is there anything in her cadence? I mean, it seems like it on the surface, but just comparing how Denali acted on the ship prior to going full jangly man, is it the same type of degeneration of mentality? Did he ever feel so nihilistic or listless as this, or is it different?
I don't know. I feel like the jangly man, the difference that you feel, Koala, especially where you knew Denali, is it seems like he had embraced the Devourer, or the Devourer embraced him a lot longer ago. So this feels still new for Zix. Which is weird because like it corrupted an AI too, the Devourer, and you wonder like how does this really work? Is it a deity in the traditional sense, or is it a legit power that like a sickness that feeds off of people? I don't know. The deeper you get into this Devourer lore or situation, the less it almost feels like the less you know.
That's why I really want Frisk to study this ysoki. I mean, Dax has his own quasi-emotional motivations because of the way the creature spoke about like looking for purpose and being lost and coming from a place of nothing. You know what I mean? Which is kind of like the way that he came through. And totally understanding what Skid is saying about Frisk's, response to it. But Dax is also like that. I could have easily have been Null 9. You know what I mean? Like if somebody else came and got me, like I could easily have just been like taught to look this way and do things this way. So there's a certain part of him that's sympathetic, and with all the music that he listens to and the themes of love that constantly recur, you know what I mean? It's like there's hope there for him that like the creature can be saved. But regardless, a very good source of possible intelligence, not only immediately in the future for the control panel and where they're going and everything, but also like for how the Devourer indoctrinates and what the process is and how to avoid it ourselves.
You ever seen American History X?
Yeah. Oh, I love that one.
It kind of has that feel like these wayward kids get pulled in by this charming Nazi, or it's just like they feel a place, a sense of belonging that they didn't feel in their own families. The Devourer has that feel to it in a way, but then you feel like there's a supernatural element added on top of that.
Well, Frisk is planning on using his knowledge of Trencher, same language that she must have grown up speaking, and his profession psychology to pull a combination Robin Williams from Good Will Hunting / Hannibal Lecter on her in the course of our voyage.
Amazing. Good plan. Good plan. I like the Robin Williams one. That's good.
It's not your fault.
I like to imagine that Linnea is actually very, very easily swayed. Like she hasn't figured out what she thinks about anything in the world. So her talking to this person, like you've met people like that who are unbelievably easy to just, you give them one counter argument and they're like, oh, okay, I guess that makes sense. I
guess you're right.
Yeah. So I think she's gonna stay away from this rat because she's gonna be pulled in.
Yeah, the way she looks at all of you, like when she turns her attention to you with those red eyes, like even if she's just glancing at you, you feel like I don't want this thing looking at me. So are you heading back to the ship?
Yeah.
To head to the gate? Is that the plan?
Well,
I mean, that's my plan unless I'm missing anything.
Door, yeah.
Oh, we didn't check that door yet? Okay.
All right, so Qualo heads back to the room where they murdered that dog. And you pop it open.
Yep.
And it's a little closet, similar to that one that Kreska just checked in the room with the ysoki.
Quick perception.
Yeah.
16 plus 11, 27.
27. You actually see, right when you open the door, there's like a little stand there, an empty stand. But you look around and you find a secret compartment hidden underneath the stand with your perception check. You open it up, and there are 3 temporal disruption grenades.
Oh, yes.
And a minor disruption pistol.
Oh,
Nice.
Wow.
I want the
There's also
grenades.
some spacesuits laying on or hanging on hooks on the wall. But there's nothing really special about those, but you did find like some Kishali relics. Temporal disruption grenades and a minor disruption pistol. David, can you give us a little juice on what those do?
So a temporal disruption grenade, I will point out, is a level 10 item. Whoa. So we're talking, we're talking something that's worth over 2,000 credits a pop. But
It's worth 2,900, and it's just a grenade. That is cool.
Just a grenade. Poof. So temporal disruption grenades, let's see. They slow down the rate of subatomic movement, halting those affected for a short period of time, but not otherwise damaging those in the blast. So basically they explode and then people get stunned for a round. They get a fortitude save in there, but...
Yeah, so it slows down time.
In a boss fight, to be able to potentially, if they fail, stop them from an attack, or especially those cultists. It would have been great to help save Linnea, but luckily she made it out okay.
But like,
then
yeah,
you're,
yeah.
No, go ahead. Talk about those grenades. More.
I mean, I want them really bad, but
I'll take one.
yeah, we can split them.
You take one, I take one.
Yeah, there were 3 of them, right?
2. There are
Only
3.
2.
No, I'm sorry, you're right.
3.
There are 3, right? Yeah.
So who wants the 3rd?
I'll take it.
Frisch should take it. I mean,
Okay,
somebody
Frisch
who
can
has
take
a
it.
high deck, somebody who has
I'll take it.
can target, easily throw.
What about the temporal disruption pist?
What does that do?
so
Is
the
it a
pistol-
stunning pistol?
No, it is a pistol. So this is a weapon specifically from the AP, but basically it does level 7 item worth 7,500 creds. It's 2d6 sonic with a range of 40 feet and a critical staggered effect.
Cool.
Oh wow. How about
I'm sorry,
Callum?
you said
Small
minor
arm.
disruption pistol?
Minor, yes, small arm. So that works for a lot of you.
Yeah. So did you want it, Friss? Is that better than what you're currently using?
It's not better than my hailstorm. As far as
All
I
right.
How
can
about you,
tell.
Callum?
I mean, I could take it. I have the disintegrator. What was the damage again, David?
2d6 sonic.
Okay. I mean, like, I could take it. It'd be no issue unless anybody else wants it.
I think I want it.
Okay. Feel free.
Ooh. There is one cool thing on it, though. There is one other cool special ability, and that's the boost special ability. And that's where, as a move action, you kind of like charge the weapon up and you increase the damage. In this case, it's an extra 1d6.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah, so if you're standing in one place, you can use your move action in lieu of a full attack or moving and do 3d6 damage on a hit. Which would be 66 on a crit, right? Would that double, I wonder?
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
It would, yeah.
would, yeah.
But I still shouldn't. That's pretty cool, but I still shouldn't use it because I think that would negate me being able to use my trick attack
Yep.
because I
Yeah,
can't
it's
use
not
a
an
move
operative
action.
weapon.
Yeah. Well, no, it is, but like
Yep.
I wouldn't
Okay.
be able to use. Like I'd have to use a move action to do that, which I can't
Right.
do. I can move, but I can't do any other move actions during a full trick attack
Yep.
action. So.
I mean, Joe, if you think you're going to use it, take it, because I shoot as a last-ditch effort when I run out of spells, pretty much, or if I can't get into a room or something. So it'd be cool to have 2 guns, but no big deal if I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, it's like I would use another gun most of the time. It just, if I drop that gun and I'm melee and then I need to like get in ranged combat again, I have a sonic thunderstrike pistol. That's 1d8. This would boost that to 2d6. So yeah, I'm fine with it. If it would be your main weapon, you can take it, because I would be using it more rarely.
There's a third weapon.
But you also use it so rarely.
I know. Do you want to switch? Do you want to take this and I'll take your Sonic?
Thunderstrike Sonic Pistol?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So take the Thunderstrike Sonic Pistol.
I like how
On
we're
a
just
crit,
like
it deafens.
standing in a circle and we're like handing
Right.
weapons to each other.
All right,
This one's loaded. Pointing it right at your face. Here, take this one.
Give the child your old gun.
Yeah.
The child is
Your
10th
eye
level.
out.
Everyone give the child your old gun.
That child is 10th level.
Six turns to all of you and says, let's take a quick break for our sponsor.
It's too real.
Thank you, Bud Light.
You Bud Light.
Now we're back. Let's continue the adventure.
All right, let's go to the
Bud
ship.
Light.
Time is of the essence.
Yeah, we're on a clock, I guess. Let's bounce.
Yeah, Null 9 and whoever the hell is with her has a bit of a head start on you. So you want to head back to the ship, get out of orbit, and fly over to Gate 2 to try to stop her and get this control board, either or. Meanwhile, Osteth is going to try and figure out a way to destroy the Stellar Degenerator now that she's lost her partner that could turn the key at the same time. Like, is that Hunt for Red October?
Yes. Well, yeah. And Crimson Tide, too, right? Isn't that?
Tons of other
Is that the one with Denzel Washington and Gene Hackman?
Yeah, that's Crimson Tide.
Crimson Tide.
Hackman.
Does the self-destruct on the Enterprise require the secondary approval as well, or just the code?
Yeah,
Requires several of the command staff to issue their...
3, right? I think it's 3. 3 of the command crew have to give their authorization codes.
Because it's Kirk... I think it's Kirk, Scotty,
Spock.
and Chekhov, right? In Search for Spock?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Search for Spock. Yeah. So yeah.
Spoilers.
That's in the middle of the movie. And there's no one on board.
Double
Here's what I'll tell you: the
Spoilers, Matthew. Come on.
the journey back.
Spock.
You don't argue that it's not a spoiler by giving more details.
All right, that's true. I should have argued
Just
it's
drop
a
it.
40-year-old movie.
Haven't
It's only
seen
been
it
out
yet.
40 years. I haven't had a chance yet.
The journey back to the Sarissa is uneventful. It almost seems like the surrounding jungle has gone quiet, like the whole planet is holding its breath in anticipation of this final meeting. You get back to the ship. You get on. Steve lights up.
Oh, Steve.
Ah, Steve.
Hello,
Steve.
Captain. I am
Steve.
glad to see that you have returned in one piece. Ah, I see your hermit crab friend survived the trip.
Hi, Steve.
How nice,
Steve.
How are you?
How nice for you.
Qualo is a valued member of our crew, Steve.
Sure, yes.
Steve,
Yes, boy.
is there... you know my name. Is there anything in the
I
fridge?
met so many people. I'm sorry. Is it Jimothy?
Yeah, it's Jimothy, and the S is silent.
Welcome back, Jimothy.
Is there anything in the fridge?
Let me check. Yes, there is fruit and leftover hot dogs.
I'm going to my room. I don't want it.
Who cooked them first?
Sleep well, Jimothy. I'll be watching.
This is like, you are incapable of not being an incredibly creepy, awful AI. Like,
I do.
even after the reprogramming, you were very briefly kind and generous. and now you just like devolve back into awful.
Even creepier.
Yeah.
Even creepier.
I'll be
think
watching.
there's
Something wrong with the hardware because no matter what program we put in, like the same result comes out.
But he's friendly. He's just a little. He's a little weird.
Search Frisk, and I'm like, I don't know what happened. It's messed up again. You should fix it.
No, Linnea's
program.
Linnea's gonna be like, Linnea's gonna be like, no. I like it.
Maybe
And
we should
she
go back
does.
to Howie.
No.
No,
The Howie model seemed less buggy.
I don't.
I think
don't touch
that's a bad
Steve.
idea.
Linnea, welcome back. I see your ribbon is in good standing. Did you take a level an envoy? Something's different about you. Did you get a haircut or perhaps take a level an envoy? Did you do a sweet envoy dip?
Yep.
Well, I do feel different. I feel more confident. I nearly died on this planet, and I'm happy to be alive. And I feel a lot more confident in myself, as if I reconnected with my background a little bit.
Yes.
And thank you for noticing.
I hope this doesn't come off as weird, but I
sure
think
it
you
won't.
look quite stunning. Like Rachel from Friends.
Wow. Some deep
She
data
is-
banks.
She is very stunning.
Yes. I can tell that you are coming into your own, and I wish you nothing but the best.
Steve, also, we have
Yes, boy. Did you enjoy the hot dogs and fresh fruit?
I'm not gonna eat the hot dogs, Steve. I don't like hot dogs. I think I'm allergic to them. I don't know.
Can't finish this hot dog. Just put it in the fridge.
I had half my hot dog, and I told you not to save it. I'm not gonna pick it up again.
Did you have a question, boy?
No, Steve, I wanted to tell you we have like a prisoner or whatever.
Ah, yes, I can see another similar to Dr. Friss. Is this rat person also a doctor?
No. And she is to have no access to any systems. She is a prisoner and can be considered hostile and dangerous.
Understood. Greetings, Yosoki. No hot dogs or fresh fruit for you.
We will be feeding her, Steve.
Well, now I feel as if you're sending me mixed messages, Captain.
She's only to get the hot dogs, actually. She can
Only has hot dog access.
In fact, she can have exclusive hot dog access because it seems like no one else wants the hot dog.
I'll have the hot dog.
There's one now? It's
Captain,
You're splitting half of a used hot dog.
Captain, you are misunderstanding me. There is plenty of hot dogs for everyone.
Hot dogs.
But let
Steve,
me
why
see.
did you make so many hot dogs?
I just want to know, how am I supposed to treat this rat person?
She is to be treated with respect and caution.
Understood.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
Also, don't let her touch the weapons or anything.
I shall not.
Or core
Understood,
systems
Captain.
of any kind.
And then, hey there, Ace. It's good to see you
Hello,
again.
Steve.
Are you going to be warming me up soon for takeoff?
Yes, Steve. We must leave with all urgency. Can you please start the systems? Get the engines warmed up.
Very good. You understand there are strong gravitational forces at work here. I see in your former programming something or someone entered in codes here to help with the navigation. Should I continue to use those codes?
Yes. Thank you, Steve.
All right. She's ready when you are.
Steve,
Yes,
do
Ace.
you perhaps have any experience singing vocals for a band?
Explain further.
Using your voice modulated to different pitches to evoke emotional feelings from sentient beings.
I suppose if I heard the tune, I could jump in and follow along as best as I can.
Well, perhaps we'll have time to do that. But today is not that day.
I look forward to that, Ace. I look forward to that day greatly.
Dax is just thinking, I like it so much that he calls me Ace.
What a cool nickname.
But he's like embarrassed to ask for us to call him Ace. He's like, I'll never do it. I know, and he'll make fun of me. He'll say something that makes fun of me. I can't do
it. Before we move on, just I want to retcon one thing that Linnea, or just take the time to Linnea goes into her room and opens up a box she brought with her and takes out a gemstone, and suddenly she understands what it might do. Like she's feeling something different from it than she hadn't done before. She inherited from her mom this stone.
Oh, so you've had it the whole time, but you didn't know like how to unlock its potential.
Exactly.
I like it.
Because of her one dip in envoy.
So wait, did you put spells in it already? Like, is there, and how many spells? Is it 1 spell? 3 spells?
No, as many as you can afford, but I didn't have any money, so it's pretty weak.
Okay.
Like I have really little money, so but like I don't know, Troy. Troy? I think you said like I'm allowed to have it be filled up with the spells I could afford, right?
Call me Steve.
Hey, Steve.
Yes, I think your mother left you with a certain amount of spells. You can choose those spells as long as you can afford them out of your sweet cash.
Man, Steve really knows all.
Yeah. All right.
All right, Ace. Captain, the ship is ready.
Excellent. Thank you, Steve. Dax, take us out.
Aye, Captain. We take off
And
into space.
Take off. Entering orbit takes about 2 hours. And then you have to travel to the other controller moon. When you were within orbit of the first controller moon, you weren't subject to those gravitational forces, but now traveling to the other one, Dax, you can feel like it's tough going. There's so much weird shit going on. Like if these planets are in place in this way, these stars, you know there's so much crazy shit going on to hold them in place, and so you're trying to navigate that. Adam put into Howie's programming a bonus in there. It's going to give you a +4 to the check, but you need to roll a piloting check at the end of every hour of this journey. So an hour passes, and you're doing your best, making it to the next controller moon. Give me a piloting check.
Oh, God.
All right. Come on, Daxy Magoo.
Natural 1.
This is a leveled up piloting check, too. Which is good. Sorry, I just lost my tab. All right, there we go. Come on, Daxy. 34.
34. You're doing great, Ace.
Thank you, Steve.
I have flown with many pilots, but none have quite handled me the way you are. Another hour goes by, and you're working those controls, trying to get this under control. And give me another piloting check at the end of the second hour.
You feel great, Steve. That is a 25.
It's DC 25.
Oh, that's a natural 6.
Yeah.
25.
Every fail, you take 4d8 damage to your hull points.
Ooh.
Oh.
But you make it. You are now in orbit
All right.
of the Gate 2. Frisk, you're sitting at the computers. You now realize you're close enough to make a scan of the planet. Give me a computers check.
That is a 35.
Okay. So you're dialed in. Dax gets her in close. You're within orbit, and you all feel like that jankiness of the Sarissa has finally stabilized, and you're feeling a lot better. Frisk does a scan. You see that this planetoid has no atmosphere and shows no signs of life. As you continue your scan, you see that there are no obvious Kashali-made buildings like the control center that you saw when you were approaching Gate 1. But with your computer's check, you do notice that your sensors have picked up a metal hatch. A metal hatch large enough for a starship such as the Sarissa to fly through. It's right in the planet's surface, near the equator, similar to where the control center was on Gate 1's moon, but there's no building. It's just a hatch that leads directly in to the surface of the planet. And so as you continue scanning, now focused in on that hatch, you see that beyond the hatch reveals some sort of underground complex with a breathable atmosphere and full gravity, but it's located deep within the core of the planet. What do you guys do?
Could go inside of it.
Dax, can you get us in there?
Yeah, I just fly this thing. Come on. What are the orders? Yeah, let's try to fly in there. He'll bear down, focus, and try to fly in there.
Whoa.
That looks pretty good. That'll do nicely.
Take it easy, Ace.
That'll do nice.
Take it easy,
I hope I know what you're doing.
Be gentle. And you fly in towards the hatch. As you get close to the hatch,
oh yeah,
it opens. As it
Independence Day.
as if it was like triggered by your approach. It opens, and you see inside of it a long tunnel illuminated by strips of lights leading into the planet.
Oh boy.
very cool.
Nice and easy, Dax.
Taking it slow, Captain.
You fly into the open hatch, and you keep flying down this tunnel for over an hour.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Like straight down, like into the
Straight
into the planet?
down into the core of the planet.
Impulse engines.
Yes.
And after about an hour and 15 minutes, you spot a branching point where the tunnel like branches off into 3 sets of doors. It ends. There's no more gravitational pull. You're deep within the planet. As you pull closer to those doors, you see that there is a red light glowing above the center door, and then green lights shining above the other 2 doors. On the east and the west, we'll say.
Is there a place to set the ship down, or are these ship-sized doors that you're talking about?
They're ship-sized doors that you could fly through, but they're closed. One has a red light in the center, the other 2 have green lights.
Doctor, are you able to scan for other ships down here?
I will try, Captain. Yeah, I'm gonna do a scan for that, and also see if there's any like signals, anything that would indicate we could control these doors remotely or anything.
Okay.
27.
27. You get the sense that just approaching one of the doors may be enough to open it, but you do get the sense that there is another ship behind the door with the red dot.
It appears to be a craft right behind the center door, the red one.
These are docking stations then, perhaps.
Shall we shoot the doors off, Captain?
Wait for the captain to answer
unloads.
before you do it.
On the
Nice.
closed door.
Shooting, Ace.
Perhaps we should dock at one of the other doors and see if they all link up to the same facility.
Aye, Captain. Docking. Dax will just arbitrarily choose the door to the left unless anybody says anything otherwise. And he...
So you
impulse
go to
engines,
the-
as Grant said, steers the craft over to that door. And
Sorry,
goes slow enough to wait for it to open.
All right, so you steer towards the way you're facing would be the western door, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Left, western door. As you go by the door in the middle, nothing happens. But as you approach the western set of doors, they open to reveal an empty hangar.
Ooh.
Very cool. Dax will park it.
You pull in.
Can I do a perception? Like as I'm pulling in, just like on the hangar itself, see if there's anything strange or unusual, or if it's just a mundane hangar. That is an 18.
It's a few particles of dust swirling within. The walls are made of like a smooth, unknown metal without any trace of rivets or seams. You see opposite the doors, the bay doors that you came in, a set of ship-sized a set of convex doors, like small enough for people to walk in. Like curved outward, convex.
Okay.
But you don't see any signs of life. Let's go to the map.
Let's go to the map.
Let's go out to the lobby. Let's go. Oh, shit.
Let's go out to the lobby and get ourselves a hot dog.
Hot dog.
Callum throws up.
In my mind, Steve was just boiling hot dogs. He just like had the system to start boiling hot
Callum
dogs.
prefers his hot dogs left over. He doesn't like freshly cooked hot dogs.
No. Okay, Dax is lying.
I'm sorry, that's not... Steve told me you prefer used hot dogs.
Okay, I don't even know why Steve thinks I like hot dogs. I never even said anything about hot dogs.
Steve
why
knows
are
a
you
lot of things, though.
Yeah, but he doesn't know. Don't finally eat the hot dogs.
I'm sorry, I was under the impression everyone liked hot dogs.
Have you ever had a hot dog, Dax?
I have. Skid. Oh my god. That is unnecessary.
I had that gift.
I love that gift.
It's Skid had a gift of a woman just
Getting
hit in the
pelted
face with
with
about 30 hot dogs like all at the same time, and then it was over. That was it. That was the whole thing.
I love that
That was
gift.
the GIF. That's it. That's the tweet.
It's an old GIF, but it checks out.
It's an old GIF. It checks out.
I was about to clip
Ellie's
it.
dead. Ellie's dead.
We lost Ellie. We got
That's
Ellie.
it. Easy. All right. Do you guys see the map?
Ah, yes.
Oh, boy.
Look at the old Ceris, huh?
This seems a little squashed. A little skewed.
Oh, you know what? Maybe I screwed up. Ah, damn it. I just fucked up.
Oh yeah, it seems to be tilted a little bit.
She has been
right.
going through very
It's
difficult
listening.
pilot checks, so maybe she got just.
I didn't mention that the doors were not large enough, and so you
Tilted.
deformed the ship on the way in.
Some sort of dimensional property. You pass through the doors, they just kind of squash.
Some
and
sort of
skew
temporal
you.
distortion.
One of the landing gears busted, like laying on our side a bit.
All right, how's that? Is that
closer.
better?
There we
Okay,
go.
there
She
we
is
go.
beautiful.
But now she
Man,
doesn't
Dax
is.
really slid that thing in there. That is tight.
Yeah.
beautiful like a glove.
Like a glove.
All right, so
Hot dog down the hallway.
Captain, who is in the away team and who is staying on the ship? I volunteer to stay with the Ysoki.
Well,
Best of luck.
Linnea gets
Planet side.
Linnea gets instantly jealous and it's like, why? Why would you get to stay with Steve?
Whoa.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood your feelings for Steve.
It's okay. And she touches Steve's chassis and it's like,
Guys, there's plenty of Steve to go around.
All right. Doctor, sedate the prisoner. Everybody is on the away team.
I like having all of you inside me.
No one can stay alone with Steve.
Steve is not to be left alone with anyone. Captain's orders.
I'm going to make you miss Howie. Give me 2 more episodes. You're gonna wish you never got rid of him. All right, so
Is there an option to fly this ship without an artificial intelligence assistant?
It won't fly.
Well,
We're very skilled.
Is your plan to bring Zix with you and not leave Zix on the ship?
No, I think our plan was to sedate and restrain her and then leave her locked up.
Sorry to drag it, but did we want to talk to her before we start moving in on this planet about what she might know? I mean, maybe she told us all she knows already about her brother and the mission here, and we know a lot, but like, I don't know. Do we want to take time, or do we just want to sedate her and go?
I don't think we really have the time to set up a true interrogation.
Yeah, I think Friss's psychiatric option is fantastic, but I think it takes time. It's going to take time.
Yeah.
Would we?
I mean, that's what his plan is. What he's thinking, and this probably will take a lot of time, is he's just going to kind of be very like gentle with her, and just over time, just like wear through all these layers until he can find a shred of real emotion left, and then he's going to learn all she knows and then destroy her. That's what he wants.
In terms of risk assessment and mitigation, we are okay dealing with any consequences that could go wrong, unforeseen, leaving her here versus those that could happen bringing her with us, correct? Because even though we're sedating her, and even though we have all this stuff, there's plenty of ways that, like, she's really good with machinery. There's all sorts of excuses Troy could give for her to, like, run amok on the ship. She could also totally, like, backstab us or, like, lead us astray if she comes with us. So I just want to talk that out and make sure that's the decision we want to make as a crew.
I mean, we could also sedate her and
chop off all her
restrain her.
limbs. Okay,
Restrain
good.
her.
Yeah.
That's
No,
right.
that was my. I was going to sedate her, restrain her, and lock her in medbay. Keep her in restraints in the medbay, locked up.
So then the question is, did we want to use her as leverage with her brother? Do we think that's even a viable thing? Because what are we going to say? We have your sister on the ship? Like,
no, I don't think it's a viable thing.
okay, then scrap that. Okay.
Because the way she talked, Dax is saying, the way she talked about him, he will just
Not care.
try to annihilate us, and he has no connection to her anymore.
Okay.
All right, yeah, we sedate her, restrain her,
Lock her in medbay.
lock her in, and put Steve on guard.
Great.
Sedate her. Subdue her. Lock her in medbay with Steve.
That might be cruel and unusual punishment, but
The hangar bay doors that you entered don't close until the Sarissa makes a full landing on the floor of the bay. And as they close, you can hear the bay starting to repressurize and presumably fill with a breathable atmosphere. And it's going on while you're talking. Shh. Takes about 15 minutes, and then you hear the sound stops.
Let's
You
go.
see a smaller airlock. Like I said, those convex doors, they're blue on the map. Let me put you on said map so you can move around. God, there's so many of you. I will keep Zix on the ship. All right.
yeah, we here. That's another thing we do. We just strap her to the top of the ship.
Like a pair of fuzzy dice.
Just put her inside one of the engine tubes, like just tie her in there.
Get in there, you son of a bitch.
Before Linnea leaves the ship, she's gonna hug her door and say, "I don't care that the world don't understand us. One day they will." And then she kisses. And then she kisses the door.
She's lucid. Naish truly lucid.
Callum is so confused. Callum is like utterly like he comes back. Steve's talking about hot dog. He's like, Linnea's kissing the door. What the fuck is happening?
I'd rather be with the pirates. I'm
gonna go back to Broken Rock. Guy, if you could just drop me off.
Good luck out there, Linnea.
I will be back.
Come back in one piece.
I will. I will save out my hair so I look more like Rachel.
Oh.
Yes.
That's what he likes.
And wear shirts with no bras.
Oh, right. She does that.
That was her thing. It was the 90s. No one said anything. I wouldn't mind if you trounced around here without a bra once in a while. God, maybe I'm overstepping my bounds. But let's just say old Steve wouldn't complain.
All right, I'm gonna leave the ship.
Do you regret question? Do you regret hugging the door?
Yes, immediately.
Question. Can we reprogram Steve up to the top of the workflow before he causes a lawsuit?
Before he breaks down the network.
Oh my God, Steve! You brought this on yourself.
I did. I realized what I was doing as well.
Steve is gonna get fired. Can't talk to the crew like that. Hey, Qualo, maybe don't wear a shirt once in a while.
I was about to say, do you want me to do that too, Steve? I don't usually wear a bra.
Don't forget, this is an intelligence that was taken from one of the desperate hunger cultists.
I didn't know where it came from. They got off the pirate ship. I didn't know where they got it. I don't know anything about it.
Sensibility. Good Lord. This is what all the Dead Sons podcasts are like.
The many.
Guys, we can still save this. It can still be a very romantic story at the end of all this. Never give up.
I don't know
on
about
love.
that.
No. Write a play about this one day, Matthew.
I don't think I will.
It'll be the new Romeo and Juliet.
Let's rock.
All right, you rock, and you head towards the smaller airlock. And I got tears in my glasses.
Correct.
So inappropriate. You get to this rounded door, and you see a scanner, for a visual identification. Do you guys have anything to scan?
Do you want to go grab the ysoki?
Do we have? Could we reproduce an image of our new friend, the artificial intelligence, whose name
Osteth or Eltreth? No, but it doesn't seem like that. It seems like you would hold something up, like maybe a badge or an identification. You didn't find anything on Zix. You didn't find anything in the lab, but it is the doors are locked. So in lieu of having something visual to unlock it, you could try an engineering check to try and jam them open.
First whips out his hacker's kit and goes to work. That is a 45.
45. So with ease, Frisk is just like... doors open. And let me reveal... it's a elevator. Looks like a hover lift. Basically, a circular room. Boom. There you go.
Cool.
And there are some simple controls inside. There are like two blue lighted buttons aligned vertically, one on top of the other.
Classic elevator.
based on our knowledge of
really
the map.
well described.
Yeah.
There seem to be two buttons, one on top of the other.
one on top of the other. What do you do?
We hit the top button and wait.
Fire raises from the floor. In the distance, you hear
Based
Steve
on our
laughing.
knowledge of the map we saw, do we know if we want to go up or down?
It looks like you can only go up because if you press the bottom button, it just closes the doors.
This is the bottom floor.
Yeah, it seems like it. So if you press the
Perception
other
check
button,
on the elevator just to make sure it's not trapped or anything. 30.
doesn't appear to be trapped. You press the upper button and you feel it lift and it just starts going. And 30 seconds pass. Minute passes. Minute and a half later, you feel the hover lift come to a stop. The doors don't open.
Oh no.
What do you do?
Start jamming the button. Click, clink, 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 clink.
If you hit the top button,
Yeah.
Oh.
the doors open. So while you're on the bottom floor, touching the bottom button, close the doors. On the upper floor, once you're there, touching the up button opens the doors.
Thank God we had this whole tutorial on how to work an elevator.
Yeah, and what,
control
so
pad.
run it by again. It goes up and also down.
So what it is two vertical buttons, right?
I don't understand. The room moved vertically?
Let me get to Sydney's question. I'll get to you, Joe. There's two blue buttons, and the one goes up and one goes down.
I want to jump to Joe's question. The whole room went up.
Yeah, so the entire cylinder just went up. Took about 90 seconds.
Is this a fantasy game? This doesn't seem accurate.
I mean, I'm just
Stuff
reading
that
this
they come up
straight
with
from the book.
at ISO. It never ceases to blow my mind. The
And it's like-
vision of the future.
Little men outside, like carrying it up by like pulling a ledge or something. Just,
Yeah,
Probably
like-
ancient Kishali.
They're
The
connected to
entire
the
cylinder
button?
was translucent, and there were 4 Kishalis with jetpacks flying
Yes.
the elevator up. Just,
So you press the button and it just tells them
now
time to go up.
It sets off little signals in things
Their brain.
attached to their brains to like time to go.
That's his dumbest joke.
Time to go.
Time to go.
Well, if they're on jetpack, they have jetpacks and they're above us. How are we going to get back down?
Crush them.
There were only 3 people listening after our last round of jokes.
We'll be
What do we
What do
see
you-
when the door opens? I'm waiting for you to change the map. I thought we were just killing time
here.
Oh,
For
no,
you.
I'm really just hanging out.
I'm just having a good time.
I'm just, my 4th form chums. Let me tell you what you see. Door opens up after you press the top button. And you see these smooth gray walls with bright lighting, accentuating the lack of corners in the entryway that opens up to 30-foot high ceilings. All the walls are rounded. There's no corners. You see ahead of you the chamber opens up wide and deep into this structure, and then around the corner to the north there seems to be another set of convex doors, and you just think, okay, that must lead to the middle hangar, the one that had the red dot above it, because you also see on the far side of the room another set of convex doors. You're like, okay, so that must lead to the hangar that we didn't go
To the
into.
east. Yeah.
Yeah. Like the rest of the structure that you've seen so far, and you haven't seen a ton of it, but it looks like this chamber was carved directly into the rock and then reinforced with some crazy Kishali super alloy. As the facility has, as far as you know, not been occupied in millennia, the lack of atmosphere until you arrived has helped preserve the paint on the walls and the integrity of the lighting, so it gives the impression that the facility was only built a few decades ago instead of thousands and thousands of years. The only tip-off to the facility's age is the stale taste in the air that even gets through your suits when the doors to the hover lift open. But that's not all.
Uh-oh.
Everybody roll a perception check.
No! Okay.
Take me down the list. Callum, what'd you roll?
Nat 20 for a 29.
Boom.
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 Oh, wait, not a 29. Hold on, what's my percept? Way higher than that. Anyway, it's a nat 20. Oh, for a 32.
32 perception. Qualo.
15.
15. Dr. Friss.
25.
25. Dax.
14.
Linnea.
13.
Oh, guys.
I can't believe how low I rolled so low. I rolled so.
I mean, she's smitten. She's in love, guys. Lay off her.
19.
Oh, wow.
I rolled a natural 1.
Terrible.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe you're all still thinking about the conversation with Zix, and it's just boring into your brain and you're distracted. Maybe you're still thinking about that last awkward interchange between Linnea and Steve. You're just not totally paying attention. Some of you do see what's about to happen.
Oh, God.
Others of you don't. And we'll see you next week.
And you can't give the tiniest
No one sees it.
description
Got
of
a
like.
nat 20.
You might have been one of the ones that can see.
Yeah, maybe.
So just do a little
maybe.
tip. Just do a little, just a
Oh,
tip.
maybe.
Just a tip of what we see.
That was a vision.
Yeah, we'll talk about this later.
Oh, nightmares.
Steve.
Oh, Steve.
Steve.
See you next time.